Yo, what's going on, guys? In today's video, I'm gonna be going live from Uptown. You're talking Windrock, Coronado Mall, the actual Uptown center with all the bougie shopping. You're talking about restaurants, all kinds of things to do around this neighborhood. And if you're wondering, yeah, there is some residential, some apartments, and some condos mixed all along here. We talked about ranch vibes and the slow down pace, but what about the fast pace living in Albuquerque? Lucky enough for you, in today's video, we're gonna be going over that. So grab your pen and your pad and let's go. Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Eli, and if this is your first time tuning into the Living in Albuquerque channel, just do yourself a huge favor and do us a huge favor and hit that subscribe and notification bell down at the bottom. That way you guys never miss out on any videos. And as much as I love doing this, guys, I would love to also help you out with your real estate needs because I am a licensed broker here in the state of New Mexico. I would love to help you out with the move that you are planning on making down here. So whether it's the next 30, 60, or 90 days, that number popping up on the screen, guys, is my direct line. I am the one who answers all the calls, texts, and emails. So if there's anything I could ever do for you, or you just want to know a little bit more information about the different areas that we have here in Albuquerque, I'd love to hop on a quick Zoom call with you guys. That way we can really talk about the move, talk about the areas, and talk about the steps you'll need to take in order for you to make that move down here. Now, I mainly deal with home purchases, but I do help out a ton of renters as well. So if that's something that you're interested in, feel free to reach out because I love to help. All right, guys, now really hopping into it, give you a brief history about Uptown. Uptown used to be considered the Northeast Heights back in the day, and it really didn't change into Uptown until they started developing the Coronado Windrock Mall back in the 60s and 70s. And really, until they started developing more in the foothills, that's when this area became Uptown, just because it started attracting more people and more growth, especially in that 70s era. And if you talk to anybody that, lived here for a great period of time, they can tell you that around that time, Albuquerque was booming. So you can just tell that the major retailers like Sears, Macy's, JCPenney, and all that stuff started to really need more space to accommodate the growth. Now, a couple local people also built their own shopping centers around here just to, get their own piece of the pie. And Sam Hoffman was one of those people who, built Hoffmantown. And along that, he also built 800 residential homes in the area. And along that, 4 other developers, believe it or not, also took a piece of the land grab. So bit of history there for you guys. But now I really want to hop into what Uptown has to offer. So all right, guys, now what does Uptown even have to offer to you guys if you are looking to move to an area like this? Obviously, you're looking for more of that city life. You want all the retail, all the shopping, all the restaurants at ease, right? You want it in your neighborhood. You want it to be somewhere you can be walkable to where you can, get to or from the malls and all that stuff. So up here, you are going to have Coronado Mall, which is one of the largest malls in the state, believe it or not. And it's been around here forever. And along with Windrock, that was built by the Rockefeller family or some tie to the Rockefeller family, believe it or not. That's a bit of a history lesson there for you history buffs. But it's going through some changes right now. It's getting converted from an indoor mall to more of an outdoor mall style, kind of like where you can walk around. They got the orthopedic center, the TJ Maxx, the Nordstroms, all that stuff is going to be right in that vicinity there, to where Coronado is more of an inside style. They got the food court, which has a bunch of different restaurants inside. They got JCPenney's, and they got all these other different restaurants that are located on the property. You're talking Longhorn, you're talking Fogo de Chao, Seasons 52, and they also have a Barnes & Noble's here, guys. So for all you book readers and all the people that are into that kind of stuff, this mall is going to cater to you guys. But alongside of that, right, because we got to speak to the other side, they do have a Dick's Sporting Goods here at the Coronado Mall, which makes it one of the larger Dick's Sporting Goods that we have in town. They have the warehouse and the smaller one on the west side, but the east side really takes the cake on this one here. Now, when you're talking about shopping, if you want more of an upscale, Uptown is going to have the Michael Kors, the Banana Republic, and the Apple Store and the North Face store, all within this stretch of maybe, a couple blocks of shopping that is very walkable. It's actually pretty enjoyable too. So in the evenings, you can go grab some ice cream down at the Frost or gelato, I believe it is. I don't know what the difference is. Maybe you guys can help me out with that one there, but my kids love it. Whenever we go up there, that's one of the places we go to. And we also go to places like California Pizza Kitchen The Elephant Bar used to be there, but it recently just closed down, so I wonder what's gonna happen there. Any of you guys that are local, if you guys know what's going there, please comment down below and let me know. But tons of things to do on this side of town. We're also pretty close to the state fairgrounds, or the Expo New Mexico, which is the literal term of this place. But I mean, as you guys can see, it's pretty busy up here. And when the state fair comes around, or any other festivals or stuff like that comes around, like the Balloon Fiesta, these areas are gonna get even busier, so keep that in mind. So just because I'm sitting in my car, it really got me thinking, you know, people really wanna know what traveling in Uptown is like. And for a majority, you are gonna be driving, but if you wanted to walk, it is very walkable. Now you're sitting in the middle of the city, so the transit system is just gonna run through all the ups and roads and ups and downs and all that stuff all around here, believe it or not. And if you are driving, right, they do have easy freeway access, and if you don't want to get all the freeway traffic, a majority of the main roads that connect east and west run through this side of town. So it's going to be an ease for you guys to travel all around if you are living on this side of town, just because you're not going to get stuck crossing that river. And that's a cheat code for you guys, so write that down. If you're thinking of living across the river, if you're traveling to either side during traffic times, you're going to be sitting in traffic, so keep that in mind. All right, I gotta be frank with you guys. If you are thinking about moving to Uptown, probably pretty good question that you have in mind. All that information is great, Eli, but what does it cost to buy a house up there? In reality, when we're looking at the market as a whole up there, right now, according to the internets, right, we take what the internet says with a grain of salt. Right now, the average house in Uptown is around $151,000. Now, that is wrong. After doing my own research, it's really around $328,000. So, of course, you are gonna pay a little bit more for all those amenities that you have, all the shopping, being smack dab in the middle of the city, all that, right? Convenience, travel, all that stuff is really gonna add to the price point. Now, they do have condos, which is gonna add to that because they have all the different amenities within those complexes. So, not really apartments, but condos, having swimming pools, gyms, all that available to you guys. Now, I can't forget about the people that are looking at rent, and the average rent, believe it or not, on that side of town starts around $1,000. So pretty practical to live on that side. Now, the only thing that you have to keep in mind is that there's not a whole lot of new residential going up there. So a majority of the homes have been remodeled. So keep that in mind. All right, guys, now I'm sitting in my office and I wanted to pull up the map and really kind of go over this area to give you guys kind of like a brief overview and just sort of a walkthrough of what's going on in Uptown. So let's hop right in. All right, guys, getting right into it now. Taking a look here, you can tell that there's just a ton of shopping going around here. You got all this that is pretty much, you know, mall area, retails and all that stuff. So let's just kind of glide right into it. So just like I let you guys know, you got Windrock, and then you got Coronado, and then you got Uptown, which is gonna be a majority of all the bougie kind of shopping that you're looking at. You got, like, you know, Pottery Barn, Michael Kors, and then Banana Republic and all that stuff, and the North Face in right here. So just to show you guys what it's really looking like in that area. You know, it's a bunch of eating, you know, Total Wine. Let's see, going up to Coronado, I mean, Seasons 52, Panera Bread, Sajo's, which is a local spot for good pizza. And let's see here, let's just hop into one of the neighborhoods to take a look at, you know, some of the residential to see what that looks like. Drop this little guy right here. Boom. Okay, so you can see that, you know, it's a mixed use, like I let you guys know. Commercial, you got Zuni Magnet School here. But the majority, when you're looking at the style of homes, like I let you know, you are going to be looking at a little bit of an older style of home, right? You can tell that back in the day, this was kind of like the American style home, you know, one car garage, front porch, nice lawn, tons of cars or tons of space for cars to be able to park. So some updating and all that stuff has been done in the majority of these houses to give them their own characteristics, because even though they're old, we can't leave them out of the equation because they provide a ton of value here. So, right, wrap around driveways, some more updating, tons of windows in these guys here as far as you can see. So a lot of natural light to be seen in this. So just kind of give you a 360, kind of give you an idea of how big the lots are. Pretty big, right? Enough room to be able to park. If you got side yard access like this guy here, you've got enough room to park an RV, pop up, or add additional access to the backyard for parties and all that stuff for the kiddos, or if you just want to have a celebration or a barbecue. It's going to make it really easy for you to host. So and being so close to all these different amenities over here in Coronado, and then having the Trader Joe's so close. A lot of people just move to certain parts of the city just for that. So quick overview of what is to be expected as far as living in Uptown. So let's get right back into the video, guys. Now you can see that living on that side of town, you are looking at older homes, and some of the homes in that area, they just don't provide as much as the homes on the west side. But you give and you take, right? You are looking at one-car garages that, are still a one-car garage, or they've been converted to extra living spaces on that side of town. Now, they do have bigger front yards, obviously, as you've seen from the map, to allow for that extra parking. And keep in mind that living on this side of town, weekends, holidays, and the festival times like Balloon Fiesta, Powwow, and anything that's going on around like the Tingley Coliseum and the fairgrounds, this area is going to attract a lot of people, so it is going to get busy, so be prepared for that. All right, guys, now we talked about Uptown and how central it is as far as location goes, and everything that side of town has to offer, from residential to shopping to a little history about how that place came to be. Now, if you are still thinking about moving to this side of town, guys, that number popping up on the screen here is my direct line. And as much as I love doing this for you guys, I would love to also help you out with your real estate needs. So if you are thinking about moving down to Albuquerque within the next 30, 60, or 90 days, hit me up. That way we can hop on a quick Zoom call and talk about what it's going to take in order to get you down to places like Uptown. But I'm going to hop back onto my computer, try to get some work done. You guys have a good weekend. Peace.